Welcome to Why Not Us podcast. It's your host Ken J. And listen, today in the building, I have Terryl Humphrey. How are you feeling today, Terryl? Thank you for coming to the platform. I appreciate you.
What's going on, Kendra? First, I want to say thank you for having me. To answer your question, I am blessed. I am here. I am happy. I am, fulfilled. Any adjective that describes happy, that's what I am. What about
Okay.
you? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. Gratitude is the attitude. Woke up this morning just grateful to be here. Um, I'm whole, I'm happy, I'm blessed, and I'm just glad I'm able to have a conversation with you. So that's the energy I got. And listen, every time somebody comes to the platform, I always want to ask them this question: how are you feeling mentally?
That's a powerful question. Mentally, I am on a scale of like 1 to 10, or what?
However you want it, you can say skip. However you want to tell me how you feeling mentally.
Okay, so essentially, mentally, I'm good. On the scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 10, simply because I'm able to identify how I'm feeling, right? So if I wasn't able to identify why I'm feeling the way a certain time in a certain way, I would be like a 5, just because I wouldn't know myself. But just because I
Ooh.
put the time to learn who I am and who I'm becoming, what I'm feeling, my emotions, everything come intact with each other. So now it's like, okay, who are you? Who are you becoming, and why? So I'm a 10, just simply because I can identify that.
Ooh, I love that right there. Okay. Bring us to school. Let us know. Let us know, because that's what it's all about, understanding self.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. It's always a battle with self. With self, it's really not a battle with nobody else. It's always a battle with self. Like, am I gonna do this? Should I do this? What happened here? This. And
Mm-hmm.
ego. Once the ego dies, that's when you really come to light and you really see who you really supposed to be. So
I
yep.
agree.
Yeah.
Even with ego, it's hard to let go because we don't know how to let it go, right? So
Yeah.
now, how do you figure out to let go of your pride and start growing rather than being egotistical? See, all these daily battles go in tune with each other because we have to figure out who we are.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's tedious. It's
Yeah.
frustrating, but it's needed just because you will become a better version of yourself as well.
Yeah, it is. It's very hard, and sometimes it's not gonna be peachy, and it's not gonna be peachy because you gotta just really sit in your feelings to
Yeah.
really find out what's going on. And sitting in your feelings sometimes ain't what it is.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes I want to scream, so I get in the shower and I scream. You feel what I'm saying? Because I just want to let out what I'm feeling, and just be able to express how I'm feeling in that moment. You know what I mean? But things come, things go. It's just like you just got to be like water, for fam. You just got to be like water, man.
I agree. I agree. It's definitely something really beneficial in order to figure out, because I really want to ask some questions, but I don't want to take over your platform because I'm telling you, like, it.
Man, listen, listen, ask questions. I don't think
Okay.
about nobody taking over my platform. That's not who I am.
Okay.
That's not who I am. Be your most authentic self. Ask me questions. Be you, be free. I have no problem with it's a conversation, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to clarify because listen, I can these questions that be coming out, they coming out for at a good time. You feel me?
Talk to me. Talk
So,
to
so
me.
the question I want to ask you: what made you realize and be forced to learn more about yourself?
Who I was provoked.
Mm,
I was provoked to learn more about myself. I kept putting people before me.
okay.
I kept putting people before me and just I kept getting the same results every time I put somebody before me. Trying to be selfless and just putting people before me. Codependency energy.
Mhm.
Wanting people to like me, wanting to be validated. And sometimes God put you in situations to let you know, like, listen, you are going to learn from this situation. You're going to learn from here, but this ain't where you're going to be.
Mm,
Sometimes you already got things that's already handed to you in gold, already formed. So sometimes you sit at tables that you supposed to look, and you sit at the table. You don't stay at that table for long because listen, that table ain't meant for you. It's meant for you to learn. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I was provoked to where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I was provoked to my awakening. Like I was battling myself, and I just surrendered, let go, and that's how I'm here today.
Mm, mm. That's powerful. Simply because it takes pain in order to start growing.
Woo!
If we
Yes.
don't go through no hard times, no hardships, no difficulty, how are we supposed to figure out what we can control and what we can't control?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about life. It teaches you about yourself in the most strangest way, which is needed. I was talking to my brother yesterday, and he made a statement. He was like, "Why isn't there?" Well, he asked a question. He's like, "Why isn't a balance? Why can't it be a balance?" I said, "To be honest, TJ, I said there would never be a balance, simply because you don't know who you are. Once you
Mm.
identify who you are, you're able to put the energy and time to things that you want to and or you what you don't want to. It's okay to say no. It's okay
Yeah.
to say yes. However, you just got to do what's best for you, and that's what it's hard.
Yes.
It's so hard.
Oh
It's
my
so hard.
god. Oh my god. So let's talk about like understanding about boundaries. It took me a minute to have boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Um People used to ask me for money, right? And I used to be like, "Yo, man, I used to feel bad if I didn't give people money, right?" So I was giving people money all the time. When I tell you all the time, I was giving people money all the time. Like it don't even matter. And it was like when people tell me about their kids, oh my God, I have a soft spot for kids. So I'm like, yo, how about if they don't eat? How about if they don't do this? How about, I'm taking on that responsibility. Like, man, I got to make sure those kids eat. I got to make sure, because if I got it, I got to do that. But listen, when people start acting like you've never been there for them, and like people were just asking me questions, like it still happens. Like
Mm-hmm.
over the past month I've had 7 or 8 people ask me for money, and
Mm,
I told 7 out of those 8 people no.
mm,
No. No, even if it's about a kid, I still say no.
yeah.
But so that's I feel like life is just testing me to see if those boundaries, am I standing on those boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a minute to say no to people. It made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel like, yo, dang, they might abandon me, they might do this to me, you know what I mean? It's like that inner child of me that needs healing, and but
Mm.
it's like now it's like, no, you know, or I just ignore them. No, 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 no. But sometimes I do say yes. I do
Yeah.
say yes, but my no's are powerful now. No.
Mhm.
So
Boundaries. See, when I was in my relationship, my previous relationship with my ex-wife,
mhm.
I didn't understand boundaries simply because we ain't never talked about it. I didn't grow up on that. I didn't grow up on really communicating. So,
Okay.
I mean, she did mention it a lot. However, I just didn't understand it. She was like, "We gotta have boundaries for ourselves." I'm like, "What is boundaries?" You feel me? Like everything coming is not coming, right? So if I've never experienced something like this, how am I supposed to know? So long story short, she taught me subconsciously what boundaries are. We have to do what's best for us in the way that we would feel comfortable doing it. A lot of times when people are close to us, they feel entitled to what we have.
Mm.
Now
Mm.
don't get me wrong. I understand, we're doing what we're doing. At the same time, it's like don't feel and don't expect anything because I can tell you no. I can simply because I can say yes or no. When I give out money, it's because I want to, not because I feel bad. Absolutely not. Because people know how to play that mind game to make you think
Yeah.
like, dang, my kids ain't gonna eat or dang, da, 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 da. Like they know the wordplay in order to make you feel bad and be like, man, all right, here. However, it's like when you start to know yourself, you start to realize, okay, do I want to do this? Do I feel good about doing this? Do I want to do it? If I want to
Yeah.
do it, I can tell them no. If I do
Yeah.
want to do it, here you go. But here you go out the kindness of my heart. I'm not doing it because I want a favor in return. I absolutely not. I'm doing it because I see something in you. A lot of times when we do things for other people, a lot of people are so self-centered they don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
How do we work with that? Sometimes we just deviate from it. We gotta love them from a distance. Because if they ask once, guess what's gonna happen?
They'll ask again. And they gonna get mad when listen, they're gonna get mad at you when you finally say no to them.
Yep.
When you say no to them, like no, no, no. You can't. No. I have to tell people like, yo, I don't borrow money out. I don't lend money out. You know what I mean? It took me a minute to actually say those things. Like I'm learning a lot by myself, about
Mhm.
myself. Like just doing different battles. Like you learn so much about yourself. And when you start putting boundaries in place, people will say that you're controlling.
Yeah.
You're controlling.
Or you
You're
different,
controlling.
acting
Yeah,
different.
yeah, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it because it's like it shows you that those people were there to teach you a lesson. Everybody that did something to me, hurt my feelings and stuff, I'm grateful for them. Thank you for hurting me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because without y'all, I would not be the person that I am today. So I used to be mad at them.
Hmm.
I used to be mad at him and talk big, but now it's like, thank you, thank you. You were put in my life to show me something. So
Of
that's how I
course.
look at it.
I had did a podcast, I think sometime last year, and my sister Tamara Banks, she was like, people are either a lesson or a blessing, right?
Yeah.
So meaning sometimes people would teach you things more than they're gonna bless you. And it's okay.
Mm,
It is
yeah.
absolutely okay. What I came to learn is that in order to become the best version of ourselves, we have to endure somebody that's taking advantage of us. And by taking advantage of us is simply giving us giving them power to take advantage of us. Because we don't know ourselves. We don't know ourselves. The video that I'm going to make today is about knowing when you're able to move on, or knowing when you can identify when you can move on. The pain that I endured from my ex-wife was horrendous. It was hard, but I went through it because I didn't know myself. I forgot about myself. I put her needs, everything about
Mm,
her first before I put me first. So once I started to have that mindset of let me start putting myself first and see how it goes, everything started changing. Everything started changing because I start putting myself first. See, the thing about life is that it's hard, but a lot of times people don't see what they do because they don't accept it.
ooh.
The perfect husband. I played my role. I played my role. However, I'm able to accept what I did, identify it, and move on. I had looked at a picture yesterday because I just moved down from California back to Little Rock, Arkansas. I saw
Okay.
a picture of me and her. And I just looked at it. I'm waiting to feel some type of emotion. I didn't feel it.
Mm,
That's how I knew I was able to. That's how I know I'm a grew and really don't feel the pain that was caused. If that makes sense.
yeah, that's deep. You heard? That's real deep. So listen, failure is knowledge.
Mhm.
Explain that.
You got to fail to succeed. A lot of times, success. Every time success is created, it's not created easy. It's not created overnight. In order to try, you have to start failing. In order to fail, you have to try. In order to try, you have to believe in yourself. See, the brand failure knowledge is to say once you believe in yourself, you need to fail on your face. You need to mess up a lot. You need to lose your money. You need to be irresponsible in order to find out how can I be responsible and do what I need to do in order to start growing. See, the failure is just a lesson, right? As you're going through your process and phase, you're learning more about yourself, what works, what doesn't work. But you have to put the time in it to understand it's not going to happen overnight. It is never going to happen overnight. So failures knowledge is really lessons over time. You can't be
Ooh.
successful without it because if you think you be successful, if you think you can have overnight success and maintain it and keep it, I need to talk to you because everybody I done came encounter with, and it took some time. It took some time. So it's just understanding that it is okay to fail, but you have to believe in the journey while you're going along the process.
Ooh, I totally agree with that. I totally because that's what life is all about. Learning from your mistakes. I embrace my state mistakes. Like, okay, I did this, okay, I could do this the next time. And sometimes, when we got to figure out things, like from the bottom, like understanding, like, you could reach out for help, but everybody don't want to help you. You know what I mean? So since everybody don't want to help you, I want to be that person that want to help people so they won't have a hard time understanding how to do a podcast and how to do this and do that. Like, I mean, that's what I'm here for, to
Mhm.
help people along the way. Like, I'm not gonna make it hard for you. No, here's the information. Here's this is what I do. This is what I do. And on their way, on their journey, they can learn more things about it. But if I got the blueprint on how to do something, I'm going to give you that blueprint. I'm not going to hold it back, because a lot of times people want to hold on to stuff, you know what I'm saying, and not share it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they want to hold on to it. They don't want to share it. And
Mhm.
that's not who I am.
I agree. I'm the exact same way. That's why I post so much content, simply because I know somebody going to need this information. I know somebody need this information. We're not perfect, absolutely not. I like your intro. I like your intro. I can't remember exactly what it said, but I think what's the intro to your
Um,
podcast?
you could be what you want to be. You could go where you want to go, and you could see what you want to see. So why not us? Why
That
not us?
that is the most perfect introduction there is. Do you know this song "Black Men United"? UNO.
Yeah, you will know. Yeah,
Oh
you
my
will know.
goodness! When it played, I'm like, oh, she really believe in herself.
I
It's
do.
it's hard to believe in yourself and to put that in the universe.
Yes, it's real hard.
How do you work with that?
Listen, I have to really talk to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I really have to talk to myself. Like, I'm talking about talk to myself. I have to be kind to myself. I'm like, yo, Kendra, you are amazing. Kendra, you are a light. Like how I pour into everybody else, I'm starting to pour into myself. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I don't even know how to clap for myself, because I clap for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to clap for everybody else. Somebody else doing good, like, listen, I just want the spotlight on them. Like, I am so proud of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the flashlight on me, it's like it's hard to turn on me sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? It is, like, it really is. So I'm learning how to say, I'm proud of you, Kendra. I
Mm-hmm.
believe in you. So I just continue to be consistent and continue to just go move forward and just be present.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do, man. That's what I do, because I really believe in myself. Like, it's not even about what you see, it's about what you don't see, and it's about what you feel. It's having faith, understanding, like this. Like, I
Yeah.
feel something brewing inside of me. I know what's happening. I am of greatness. So it's like I speak of I am, I am, I am. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I get so filled up, and I just feel so powerful. And it's like it's not even the external force, it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm tapping inside of me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good enough. I'm of greatness. Like, so that's basically what I do. It's like I'm taking baby steps and learning who I am. So that's what I do.
And you said a key indicator. You got to be present.
Yes.
You got to be present. I've learned while being along the journey. It takes a lot out of you. It is not easy. It takes a lot out of you, simply because you have to figure out what you need to do. And once you figure out what you need to do, you need to start implementing it. Once you start implementing, you need to get around people that can help you along the journey. As you're getting around people that help you along the journey, you still got to figure out what you're doing wrong and what you're not doing. It's overwhelming with podcasts and with social media, because I'm in real estate as well. Um,
Okay.
with like speaking, it's overwhelming. But what I came to learn is that in order to master your craft, you have to master yourself as well.
Mm.
Being present in today is very important. So I'm always thinking about the future. I don't think about the past. Well, I try not to think about the past, but I'm always thinking about the future. But see, there's a balance: being present today, and then think about the future, and then think about the future being present today. How do you balance something like that? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
So listen. See, the past is the past, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The future is the future. And all we have is the present of now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just focus on now, where I'm at now, the present of now, sit in gratitude of now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get caught up in the future, because we get so caught up in the destination, you know what I'm saying? But the journey is the journey. That's when you unlocking these gems in the journey. So
Right.
don't get so caught up in the destination. Just embrace your journey. You feel what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
what we do. We got to stay in the moment, stay right now, because when you start thinking about the future or the past, we're not even focused that much right now.
I agree. I agree.
So
And that being focused today helps you for the future.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
It's so hard to identify what you need to do today in order to set yourself up for later success. See, a lot of times what we as people want, we want instant gratification. Inst-
woo, say that again. Yes.
we as people want instant gratification. But
Yep.
in reality, if you really think about it, everything that's coming to you is delayed, right? What did you do today for you to create the success that's coming to you? Like prime example, me, you said that I post a lot on content. Yes, I do. I do post a lot of content simply because I want to put myself out there. I've learned. Do you know who Grant Cardone is?
Who?
Grant Cardone.
Nah, I don't know who that is.
He's like a real estate mogul. So his favorite slogan is money follow attention, or attention follow money. Attention follows money. Yeah, I think it's what the saying is. My saying is attention follow consistency. If you're not consistent, people are not gonna know what you're doing. If you're not constantly putting yourself out there, people are not gonna say or identify what you're able to do and or currently doing. It takes time. I'm telling you, there's a process that I'm doing for the future. If I don't put
Yeah.
myself out there today, each and every day, getting better each and every day, I will never grow to know what I can accomplish.
Yeah. Most definitely.
It's
I
hard.
agree. Listen, it is so hard. And like I was telling you, man,
Mhm.
I found you on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be afraid of hitting people up, but now it's like, yo, if I feel it, I feel that energy, like it was your energy, it was your smile, it was just you. It was I just seen your aura, I just seen your light. And so I was drawn to that. And so I hit you up, and I'm grateful that I hit you up. Like it takes courage to hit people up when you're so scared of rejection and people saying no to you. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, every time I hit somebody up, I take a deep breath and I just be my most authentic self. And that's
Mhm.
what I did. And I'm so glad that you was like, yeah. So that's the whole vibe. So
I'm honored. I'm honored, because I'm about to actually start doing the same thing that you're doing. Well, really reaching out to people at different scales, different different niches of life.
yeah,
I really took a break from just so I can get more educated on what I'm doing, YouTube, analytics, the data, just really get an understanding of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it this way. So essentially, once you understand why you're doing something and have the education behind it, now you can go all out, right?
for
So
sure.
now with my platform, I'm going to start reaching out. El Kendra, can we do a podcast together?
Of course.
Okay, okay, okay.
Of
Uh,
course.
and I'm learning to, seize the opportunity. You know,
Yeah,
the worst thing people can tell you is no and or respond. But being in sales, you learn follow up is key. Follow up is key. Follow up is key. Follow up is key. You will never get a yes. But I'm not never. Not my bad. It's the percentage of you getting a yes on a first try is maybe like 20-30%. It's very low, very low. However, if you continue to follow up, continue to follow up, continue to follow up, continue to follow up, it might take you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times to reach out to somebody. That's fine. Keep following up, keep following up, keep
for
following up.
sure.
It's being
For
persistent and understanding. It might not work today, but however, I'm going to keep following up.
For sure, for sure. I really understand that in a sense.
Mhm.
But see, the thing with me is I follow up with somebody maybe like two times. But after that, I don't that it ain't meant for me. So
Because
what
you
I
you're
do,
annoyed.
yeah, so what I
Mhm.
do is I go to the next person, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And that's what it is. Along the journey, people are going to say no to you, but it boosts me in the other right the direction. So
Mhm.
it's like I'm okay with the rejection. I'm okay with accepting everything. It is what it is, because you have to accept things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of resisting, because I used to resist a lot of things and I wanted to be in control of a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But you're not in control of nothing.
Nope.
You're not, so it's just like, yo, just take a deep breath in and just accept what it is and just keep moving.
I agree. But you see, the thing about really being persistent is that they might not see the message today. They might not see it the next time you see it. They might not see it whenever, or they might see it. If they don't tell you stop responding, guess what, Kendra? Keep responding.
Hey, I hit up Kevin. Listen, I hit up Kevin Hart. I
uh,
hit up LeBron James. I hit up Michael Beasley. I hit up Ricky Smiley. So listen, if I feel something, I let them know a message, even if they don't respond or anything. Because I hit up Kevin Hart to I want to know how he got on Sirius FM.
yeah.
Like, that's how I look at myself. I have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of understanding. I'm able to connect people together. Like, he already
Mm-hmm.
got his platform, so I'm trying to learn from a millionaire.
Yep. Yep.
So
So I'm telling you, everything that you're doing, I'm about to start doing it because I'll be on TikTok. Well, really, when I get on social media, I'm seeing who on here that's really doing what they love to do. So
yeah,
if I feel it's just same like you, if I feel it, I'm like, okay, but I'll watch a couple videos, not just the first one. I'll watch a couple videos to
for
really give me an
sure.
idea of who you are. Are you still speaking about the same thing? I'll reach out. I will reach out. So now I'm just about to reach out to more people, because the more people you reach out to, the more people say yes. However,
Yeah,
the more you follow up, the more, they would say yes eventually. Maybe.
yeah,
It all depends. So, there is a strategy behind it, but it's just really being persistent with anything that you do,
for sure, for
with
sure.
anything. Because, picking up the camera and recording is a lot. When I first started, I wasn't this confident. When I first started, I couldn't even say a quote because I can remember how the quote would go. So now instead of me remembering somebody else's quote, I say my own quote, and whatever flows just flows.
Hey, that's what it is.
But that comfortability comes from consistency.
Ooh, don't it though? Don't it though? Don't it though? Just for real. Like, I started this podcast March the 12th of this year.
Okay.
And I started March the 12th,
Uh-huh.
and I'm on like maybe like my 200 plus episode. You
200.
know, 200 plus episode. I already had like 100 plus people on my podcast.
That's incredible.
Yeah, man. So it's just like, yo, just keep going, and just be everything that you do. Make sure you doing it with the purpose, being intentional, because sometimes people just do things just to do it.
Yeah.
No, everything that I'm doing with an intention. I'm doing with a purpose. um I'm doing to reach different people. See, I don't have a specific niche. I am the niche.
There you go. You are.
I am the niche. I am the niche. So
Yep.
so that's what I do. Everybody's welcome to my platform. Everybody has a voice. This is the voice for the voiceless. Raising awareness for mental health, being able to connect people together, being able to listen to people. Because a lot of people don't have people to listen to them. A lot of people are afraid to use their voice because for so long they've been silenced.
Yep. Being
So
suppressed because we don't know how to. You asked me a
yeah,
question. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask you. How are you doing mentally?
mentally I am good. It's been kind of crazy, because learning self, and different things that you get triggered, in life. You get triggered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So understanding where those triggers come from is the best thing that ever happened to me. Understanding how to sit with myself, and understanding why I'm being triggered, and understanding A, B, C, and D, and then having a conversation. Like, so in a place mentally, I'm good, man, because I'm learning so much about myself, and I'm able to see why this happened and understand why I'm triggered, and
Mm-hmm.
and have a solution. Not focusing so much on, man, I'm triggered, but having a solution to me being triggered.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good mentally, man. I can't
That's
complain.
That's powerful. Identifying your feelings and emotions is the key to a happier life. And first off, congratulations on the 200 episodes. That is
Appreciate you.
massive. That is massive. A lot of people don't know how much it takes behind the scene.
Whew, it listen, honestly, it's easy. Listen, this sounds so crazy. Honestly, it's been easy because I have I have so many ideas, right? So I was like, man, I want to have weekly shows. Boom, weekly shows. I just start having weekly shows. I want to do this. I want to have series on Black love. Had
Mhm.
series on Black love. I had series on people coming out stories. I had series on Black men mental health. I had series on everything, like just being able to understand what's going on and just connecting to what's going on all around me and bringing everybody, because it's not one person. Everybody's a human. Everybody deserves to have their story heard. I
Agree.
don't put a muffle on people.
Mhm.
I don't do that. I love everybody. I accept everybody, because you know what, I wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
I wasn't accepted. So, I was beaten ahead. I was talked about. Um, I was ridiculed. I mean, I'm not gonna do that to nobody. I'm of love and light. So I already been through that. I'm not gonna do that to another human because I know what it feels like.
I agree.
So I embrace everybody. I love everybody. So that's my whole message. You're a human, I'm a human, and let's connect. It's all about human connection with me.
I agree. In my bio on Instagram, I got my kind of people are kind people. I saw that on the shirt. I was like, "Ooh, I like that." So I just, I put it in my bio because that's what it's all about. If you know yourself, excuse me, if you are a person, if you are a human being and you're conscious of who you are, who you're becoming, I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you because it takes a lot to do this. So what did it take? See, a lot of times as I'm going along my journey, I've learned a lot of people will watch you, but a lot of people will not understand what you're doing. It's okay. It's sometimes not their time to understand. However,
Mm.
consistent, they will slowly, get a grasp of what you're doing and why you're doing it. So let me ask you this, Kendra. So with your platform, what is the end game, the long game for you?
The end game, long game for me is to build my own media. Like, I want to have my own media outlet, so I want to have my own media outlet. I want to have a radio station.
Hmm.
But I want it to be based on positive things in the community. Not so much of the darkness, you know what I'm saying? Because you already know it's dark media and it's light media. It's a duality. You need darkness and you need light. So instead of shedding light on negativity, I want to shed light on prosperity. I want to shed light on, the things people are doing in their community. Just like Kodak Black. I gave an example, Kodak Black.
Hmm.
Everybody say, yo, Kodak Black did that, but nobody's talking about Kodak Black helping these people that, was about to get evicted from their apartments.
Hmm.
So instead of shedding light on him being in jail, and then let's shed light on what he's doing, bringing people together, making sure they have somewhere to stay. So that's how I look at it, because you got enough negativity out there. So I want to build a positive media platform.
Hmm.
So that's my end goal.
Yeah, I kind of got the same goal and aspiration as you as well. So I moved back to Little Rock, Arkansas, so I can make a difference, right?
Oh,
Because
yes.
I want to start from my hometown and then spread out to the world. You feel me? Because if I'm able to do it here at home, I can do it anywhere.
For
Honestly, so
sure.
my what I really want to do, what I'm really not going, what my intention is within the
Hmm.
next couple of years is to create like a studio, a platform to where we talk about different things. Okay, you got your programs where they teach you how to be a man, but however, we're gonna incorporate that in with how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to find yourself, how to really get out there and do things. If you want to be an entrepreneur, here you go the pathway. If you want to find yourself, if you want to do anything you want to do, here go the resources. But the resources
Yes.
will be in one building, one facility, because now people can just come and learn and grow in different aspects of life. About finances, about media, about content, about different, just really different aspects of life that we really don't talk about. Expressing yourself, right?
Yes.
About single mom. and she taught us how to suppress our feelings rather than accepting them. It's hard
Mm.
to overcome that to learn more about yourself in order to be aware of what you're feeling rather than suppressing them. The easy thing to do is just suppress them. Like, man, I'm you know, my feelings hurt, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Like, you hurt my feelings, but it is what it is. See, a lot of times we react off emotions rather than logic. What happens when we retaliate? Something bad. Something bad always
Yes.
happens once we retaliate off of emotion. How do we
Yeah.
work with our emotions instead of against it? See, that's the topic that's not really talked about. How do we do this if you ain't never been shown it? Right.
Facts.
So that's where we're coming into play to say this is how you do this and this is why you need to do this. A lot of times people not gonna want to do it because it's hard. But what's
Oh,
hard
yes.
is meant to pursue because you learn more along the journey.
Ooh. And so listen, when you listen, boy, you say you need to write a book. Stop playing with your greatness. Listen, mastering your emotions is everything. Mastering your emotions can save your life. Understanding, understanding how to master that anger that you're feeling inside. You know what I'm saying? So I have a nephew, he's 9 years old, and um I'm teaching him now how to master his emotions,
Mm-hmm.
how to express himself, how to be who he is. Let him know it's okay to cry. Let him know it's okay to feel what you feel. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? He's boxing. He's playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? He want to play football. You know what I mean? And he's able to articulate how he's feeling. You know what I mean? Because he has a voice, and his voice will not be silenced.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's able to express himself like, Auntie, I don't like A, B, C, and D because it make me feel this way. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm instilling in my 9-year-old nephew. Like, express how you feel, but he will master his emotions. He will. He will. That's my whole goal for my nephew, to understand it's okay to feel how you feel. It's okay to sit in how you feel, but guess what? You're going to talk about it. You're going to understand why you're feeling this, and we're going to get to the end of it, but we're going to have a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's all about. That's what I'm teaching my 9-year-old nephew.
And that is powerful because he's gonna become a man sooner than anything, right?
Yes.
Because now once you learn how to identify what you're going through, it becomes easy. It becomes understanding, not
Yeah.
easy. It never
Yeah.
be no, no. It becomes understanding. I've learned. So when you have anger built up, things it's a bad feeling. It's a bad energy.
Yeah, it is.
When I was with my ex-wife and we got into it, I had worked out. When I had worked out, I'm upset, I'm mad, I'm angry, and then I'm working out like I'm going crazy. When I get done, I'm actually sweating. Typically, when I do at-home workouts, I never sweat. However, for this one, I was just like pouring sweat. I was like, I kind of feel like Hellboy. You know how Hellboy is like was always mad and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he slowly deviated from being mad to learning himself.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how I was. I was like really upset. I felt me being upset. I felt like the energy just rising. I said, I can't do this. That ain't me. That ain't me.
So look, with your ex-wife, what's the main thing that you learned about yourself?
To focus on myself and to learn more about who I am, you know, and what you do for other people will never be good if they expect it.
Mm.
If you do good things for people that don't expect anything, they will be like, thank you. They will be appreciative. Really just understanding, like, I have standards now, I have boundaries now. What am I willing to put up with my next relationship? My next person I'm willing to speak with. What am I willing to put up with? What am I not willing to put up with? I have a choice to say, I don't want to do this. So I'm not going to do it. So I have the power to walk away. So the biggest lesson is that I have a choice and I'm able to make a choice. But why am I making this choice?
Sure.
If you're
So
not
that's
working on yourself,
Yeah, see that's what it's about. Like, through like pain and suffering, you learn so much about things. Like you learn so much about yourself. Like I was in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
like before I got in the relationship that I am now. The person that I was with was like, yo, I can't be your source of happiness. And so that stuck with me, understanding like, yo, I get it now. Cause it's like I can't be your source of happiness because like you pouring into a person, you want a person to make you happy, you going to this person, and then man, you start to understand things when you're no longer in their relationship, when
Yeah.
you're doing the shadow work, when you're really holding yourself accountable. Like, okay, I did A, B, C, and D. I
Mm-hmm.
did this because we like to blame other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real talk. That person did that to me. That person, because that's what I was doing.
Of
That
course.
person, I never wanted to say, well, I did A, B, C, and D, but it sound better. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
wanted, I wanted to be the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to be the victim, but now I'm not. I don't even think like that. Like, I hold myself accountable. I did this. I apologize for doing A, B, C, and D. I'm gonna learn from this. Like, you have to sit with yourself and really be honest with yourself
You
and
do.
hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Accountability is key, people.
Yeah.
You want to hold
Responsibility
everybody
as well.
facts because
My
you want to
bad.
blame you good, bro. You want to blame everybody else, but bro, you're the problem.
Yep.
You're
And
the issue.
when she was it a he or she?
It was a
Yeah.
she.
Okay. She when she said I can't be your source of happiness. At the time, me just listen to you. Did you understand what that meant?
No, I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't understand what that meant, but in the whole year that we was dating, hey, I felt like, she left or whatever. She just left and she was able to do that, but I was mad because she left. She could have, it's okay for her to leave. It's okay.
Yep.
She had her own boundaries and her own standards and what she wanted. But I was just so angry. I really attacked her, like not physically, but I never touched. But after that, I was just so angry with her because why would you do me like this? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because she chose herself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at her. Thank you. I appreciate her for choosing herself.
Yep. I agree.
And that's what happened, man. It took me a minute to understand. Like, I'm my own source of happiness now. Like,
Yeah.
it's all internal. People could only add to my happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Once you understand that, man, once you understand that peace is within,
Yeah.
wow. And
Yeah.
joy is within, wow. Like, come on, man. Gems, gems, gems.
Do you hear me? See, that's the thing about life and going through this process and journey is that we don't we understand things when it's delayed rather than today, right? Back to instant gratification, delayed gratification. The lessons that we endure today is not meant for today. It's meant to help us become a better version of tomorrow.
Facts.
What I came to learn is that being happy comes from within, like you said. But how can you be happy if you don't know yourself? Now, one thing that my ex-wife was able to do was identify her emotions. I'm like, can you teach me that? I don't know how to do that. Can you teach me that? Right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking for help. She said, I can't teach you how to do that. I said, what? How? I'm like, that don't make sense. If you know how to do something, how come you won't teach me? That's something that can't be taught. Learning yourself and learning what makes you happy can't be taught necessarily. It can just be brought to light. So
Yeah.
then when as we're going along our relationship, I'm putting her first. When she's depressed, when she's sad, I'm putting her first, make sure everything's good, everything's okay, like to let her know I'm here for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I came to learn, because she made a statement. She was like, your relationship will never be 50-50. I said, I don't understand why that. I don't understand that. First off, if a relationship is not 50-50, it's not a relationship. I understand one person gonna be down, one person gonna be up. However, you come together and grow together. So then as I'm growing and going through the process and the phase, I'm learning more and more and more and more. What does this mean? It means I can't make this other person happy if they're not
Mm.
happy with themselves. I'm not saying that she wasn't happy with herself. What I am saying is that I wasn't happy with myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm not. I not one time have I blamed her for why our relationship went the way it did. Absolutely not. I know what I did wrong. I put her first rather than put myself first and letting us grow together.
Hey, listen. So let's pick you. Okay, so I'm in a relationship now. We've been together. Well, I say about 4 years,
Okay.
and this relationship, I learned so much.
Mhm.
Like I've learned so much like from her because first of all, she already love herself, right? So
Mm.
she already love herself. She already choose herself. She already know the power that she possess. She already know everything about herself. She knows who she is, right? So
Yeah.
when I came in the picture, you feel what I'm saying? I came in the picture like for real, I learned so much from her. Like she taught me about boundaries in a way because how she had boundaries for herself. She taught me how to love myself, how the way she loves herself. She taught me how to put myself first, how the way she puts herself first. So I've learned so much from her. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like how she treats herself. How she like, yo, listen, I'm okay with myself. I accept myself. I know who I am. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't need another person to tell me I'm great. I already know I'm great. So
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, but
That's what
everything's a
you
delayed
see.
relaxation. Yes, listen, but it took a minute for me to grasp it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So now it's just like, okay, it's really about understanding who self is and just having a person that sees you're growing and they add to you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Instead of just tearing you down, they're building you up. Like, listen, yo, ain't no coddling, ain't none of that. For real, like, listen, you got to figure out who you are. I'm here for your support. You got to figure out who you are. So that's what I've been doing, man. Figuring out who I am, man.
And this where when you create peace for yourself and understand what peace is, now this person is coming in. If they're not at peace with themselves, you don't have to deal with it because
Facts.
that's their weight that you're going to be dragging for somebody that don't want to fix themselves. I've
Facts.
learned the most biggest lesson there is to learn is to accept people for who they are rather than who they can become.
Woo! Because we'll get caught up in that potential, won't we? We'll get caught up for real. We'll get caught up in who can become instead of no. This is the person that you're with right now. Are you either going to accept them fully? Because
Yep.
we'll try to tell no. Listen. I accept who you are. I accept your mood swings. I accept all of you. You know what I'm saying? I accept your darkness. I accept your light. So that's
Yep.
what it is, man.
See, that's hard. That oh my goodness, it's so hard. And it's hard because how do you identify something like that when when you don't think you have a choice? Well, in reality, we have a choice. We have a choice to say, are we going to grow together or not? Are we going to bring value to each other or not? Are we going to help each other or not? If it ain't there, don't do it. If it ain't,
Man,
you're more powerful when you know yourself, more in tune with everything that you got going, because it's either in you or it's not in you. Whenever that time comes, let it be. I'm not gonna force anything. I'm not gonna. I see your potential, but if you don't see your potential, I don't
and
see it either.
hey, but look, that's what I was trying to do. Like, listen, I was just trying to get that microwave. You know how you were saying
Yeah,
that instant gratification?
yeah,
That's what I was doing.
yeah.
Man, I want that instant gratification. I want this now. Nah, that ain't what it is. You gotta walk through it. You gotta really walk through it. And sometimes it's like, man, darkness really provoke light. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
You darkness one for real, cause you walking along in this darkness, you don't know what you doing. Life is just sometimes life is like that. But guess
Hmm.
what? Oh, I see the light. Then the light get bigger and bigger, and that's where you at. You understand who you are through the darkness.
I can't remember who I was talking to. But the example that they use, I think I use it or they use it. I can't remember. But that was like I said, the light that's there is like really itty bitty. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah,
You can see it, but you can't really see it. You feel me?
yeah.
It's like it's so far to reach. However, if I keep going, it's going to
Mm,
expand bigger and
mm.
bigger and bigger and bigger to where the light is directly on you.
Yeah,
But we're not ready for that. We're not ready for the light to shine on us because we haven't went through what we need to go through in order to overcome it. I was talking to somebody, and they say when it rains, it pours. Oh, my homeboy Jeremiah, when it rains, it pours. However, as it's pouring, you're learning how to focus on yourself. And it's hard.
it's real hard, bruh. Like, listen. Like, we having a conversation. We're not like, it's hard. People, it is hard, but you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. You got to keep going. And you know what I'm saying? Psalms 23, what it says, like, I walk through the shadow of death, I will fear no evil type vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to keep walking.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically like you in darkness. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen, but what you know, and you just got to keep going. You know what I mean? So it's different obstacles, different things happening in your life. Don't get startled. Just keep going. Just keep going, because once you get over that other obstacle, you breathe, another obstacle
And another
happen.
one. You
Another
got
obstacle happen, man.
another one, and another one. But with each obstacle that's coming to you, you know how to handle it in a different way.
Yes.
Just because you went through that phase of hurt and pain and sorrowness, because you have to dwell in it. You have to dwell in that pain. Because if you don't dwell in the pain, it's not gonna go nowhere. And
Facts.
by it's not going nowhere, now you have to figure out how can I work with this.
For sure.
If
So
you
so so Terrell, I gotta ask you a question, right? When did you when did you have your awakening?
my awakening, you follow my
Like, yeah, finding yourself. Like, when did you have your awakening, and understanding who you are, like having that awakening? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? Like, what provoked you to your greatness?
this year. So the beginning of January of 2020. When is January 2020? What is that I should have ended my relationship when I felt it?
Mm.
Because I knew you know how you can want to do something for the other person because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or
Yeah.
might not be the best situation. I
Mm.
knew I should have stepped away from my ex-wife back in like January, but I had the courage and the guts to even say I want to walk away until April or May. As I was going through this process, it was hard. Don't get me wrong, it was hard because I just started to like see small details that I always overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm more attentive. Now I'm more attentive. Then when I start focusing on myself, like I said earlier, that's when things really start ending the way it ended. I don't wish nothing bad on my ex. I wish her nothing but the best. However, I'm glad I went through it because I understand as I'm going through this process, this phase, this hurt, this disappointment, somebody else is going through it. So as I was going through it, I started making content. By making content, I was making content every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. I didn't have a reason of why I was doing it, but I just had something. Well, I had a reason. I was blocking my pain. I was really
Mm.
blocking my pain, so I just really started making content. I was going all out. By all out, I'm talking about it was crazy because I had like maybe 7 t-shirts. I recorded on Sunday. I had 7 shirts. I make one 60-second video, take it out, put another one on, make another one, take it out, put it off, make another one so I can post throughout the week.
Mm.
And so when I was doing it, I didn't know what was going to come from that. I saw the results, I saw the numbers, I saw the views going up, but the views wasn't really bothering me because I'm like, I'm feeling this type of way. I just want to get it out. It hurts, but I just want to get it out. I don't know what's gonna come from it or not. But as me putting myself out there, really, really starting to focus and putting myself out there, I started to learn there's a demand that a lot of people don't talk about. Mental health, finding yourself, success, believing in yourself, the process, the journey, sales, marketing, business. A lot of people don't talk about this. So when I started to go through something and learn something and develop something, I knew somebody else wasn't. So how can somebody learn something if they're not in the rooms that I'm in and or dealt with the pain that I dealt with?
Ooh.
They can just learn from me. So
Okay.
that's what I do. I post content about everything that I'm learning in order to help people, in order to bring value, in order to serve, because you can't know something if you haven't been exposed to something. I've been
Facts.
exposed to pain. I've been exposed to disappointment. I've been exposed to a divorce, to a heartbreak. I've been exposed to that. I've been exposed to what success looks like. I've been exposed to what everybody that's successful has some type of story. What is the story? What is the pain? How did they overcome it? They didn't stop. They didn't give up. They found somebody that they want to emulate and kept emulating them and kept implying what they need to learn.
Yeah.
And I bring that value and that pain to somebody that know nothing about this. Being consistent, being consistent, being consistent. So to answer your question, what made me realize it was the pain that I was going through and the lessons and that I how I overcame it and actually grew to the best version of myself. So
Yes,
now
that's
I started in 2020, my bad, August of 2020. However, I wasn't consistent with it. I just had an idea and I started going. This year, it got really defined and really more focused on why I'm doing things the way I'm doing it and how I want to help.
that's the energy. Cause Shauna said each test is meant to teach you how you pass the next test, to look and say, what did I learn to help me through this test?
Hmm.
That's true.
That is
That,
true.
that's real true right there. Each test is meant to teach you how you pass the next test. So
Yep.
look at that. That's that. Hey, put it
No,
on a shirt, Kashana. That's true.
that is definitely true. Now, okay, school test, it might be a little different, okay? Because
Yeah.
if you ain't studying the way you need to study, or I was in biology, and uh, what I was studying wasn't on the test. So, long story short, I failed it. However, I had to take it again. But what I learned is that a test is what you need to go through in order to grow into the best version of yourself. Because Shunny hit around the nail.
Facts. Facts.
Hit
That
around
that
the Go ahead,
that's
I'm
what it
listening.
is. Nah, listen. So when you was talking about like Oprah Winfrey, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I was going through my spiritual awakening for myself, understanding who I am self, I would, when I go to sleep at night, I was listening to Oprah Winfrey, and it was like Oprah Winfrey was talking to my subconscious, like for real. Like she was like talking about like the high, like being service to others and stuff, but I had already felt that in my spirit. But it was like a connection, and it was like, yo, I get it now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Being service to people, that's the highest you could do. Like just being service, just being present, just having these platforms that people can learn from and speak on. Because, a lot of people are just sitting around, and they're wanting to commit suicide. They're feeling like they're not being heard. They're feeling like they're not being seen. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced feeling like I'm not being heard
Yep.
and I'm not being seen. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, yo, I know what it feels like. So if I know what it feels like, I can help you along your journey. I can help you. I can hold your hand. But guess what? You're going to learn things on your own, but I'm here to encourage you, to uplift you, to spread love to you, and just to let you know that everything's going to be okay. I'm not here to belittle you. I'm not here to say you doing it the wrong way, because it's not a wrong way.
Mm.
It's not. It's not
Mm.
a wrong way at all.
Yep. So
So,
let me ask you this. So what happened for you for your purposes to get more defined? Like, so what happened? What time frame was it?
all right. So I used to play the game all the time, right?
Okay.
GTA 5. So listen to me. GTA 5, GTA 5, that's what happened.
Uh-huh.
GTA 5. And so I was into modding cars, right?
Okay.
So we built, so as a community, right? So as a community with people, they want cars. They want these modded cars. They want these cars that they can't get. They want these rims on the cars. So I had that, but I had to learn, you know what I'm saying, about that. And I seen how people that that had these cars, how they treated the people, because I know how they treated me.
Hmm.
So what I did was me and my cousin, but it was a couple people first. But anyway, it was my cousin. Well, I was with somebody else first, and they was acting. I was dealing with a lot of men. A lot of men are really into ego. They don't like to work with people. I'm not saying like all men, but I learned so much about men. It's like they really don't want a woman to have a voice. So even though y'all got the cars, y'all need me to be able to connect people together to get the cars. Y'all got all these cars, but y'all don't want to help the community. You feel me? Y'all acting funny because when people start getting that power, they start acting funny. You feel me? But the power is already within me. I don't have to show people I have power because I am power. You understand what I'm saying? It's
Talk
all
your
about
talk.
connecting.
Talk your talk.
Yeah, so it's all about connecting. So the people that I started with, they changed on me, but it's cool. So my cousin, shout out to my cousin Monty, she bought the software and she started building these cars. And so what we started doing was bringing it out to the communities. You know what I'm saying, to the communities. And what they'll do is they'll hit us up. Some people didn't know how to glitch out. Guess what? I taught them how to glitch out. I taught them how to get their first car. I taught them so much, you know what I'm saying? So in the game, I was actually helping people. You know what I'm saying? Teaching people how to do stuff with modded cars. Like, thank you so much. You taught me how to do this. Thank you for this car. And so that's what I did. So it was community on the game or whatever. I'm not going to even say the name, but it was a community that was already built. They reached out to me.
Yeah.
And they was like, yo, can you help us with cars? Can you do this? I see what you do in the community. So I'm like, cool. They already got like 5,000 plus people, right? Cool. I'll come over there. So I came over there, you know what I'm saying? I started doing car shows. I started
Mm-hmm.
doing everything, you know what I'm saying? Just helping with the community because a lot of people like car shows. A lot of people like going to parties. A lot of people like cars. So that's what we was doing. It was a virtual living thing. Like you actually driving cars, you actually going to the club. But like I said, the community was already built, you know what I'm saying? But it was like I felt like I was being used. You know what I'm saying? I was being used to bring more people to the platform. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's cool. I seen how people did me. I had boundaries. I was like, yo, I'm leaving this platform.
Mm-hmm.
So I left the platform and I was provoked to just do what I did. I started my podcast. I wanted to do a podcast with them, but they was prolonging it.
Yep.
They was prolonging it. They was playing.
Yep. Yep.
So that's how all this came because of a game.
And it's amazing. Even though it was virtual and it was just a game, it's really more to that, right? Because
Yeah,
a lot of times you see what you can bring to the table, right? So now when you see what the experience that you have, people want that. How can
yeah,
we help people to in reality, in real life, to say you can do this as well? But here's the blueprint. Here's the
yeah,
blueprint. Everything that we're doing, there's a reason behind it, right?
yeah.
When I started when I started real estate, I wanted my he's a friend of the family, so we kind of
Yeah.
like stuff like that. He was into real estate, so I'm asking him questions and about like the process, how to do it, what I need to do, and stuff like that. So we had a meeting scheduled. I think it was like Wednesday. I spoke with him yesterday, Tuesday, but Wednesday I called him. He didn't answer the phone. I texted him, but he didn't text back. It was a black individual.
Mm-hmm.
That moment, that's when I realized I don't want to just do business with black people because sometimes, a lot of times, most times, when black people have power, they act funny. They don't
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to give back to help the next generation just because whatever, not even the next generation, next person, because the age demographic is all over the place. However, it's like why not help the next person if you see they have the drive for it, right? If you see I'm reaching out to you because I want to learn, why not help? A lot of times people don't want to help because they don't believe they can, or there's not enough money out here to be made. Whatever, I can't speak for other person. It's just me thinking out loud. However, think how many people need that help. Think how many people want to start a podcast, want to start making content. Making content is so hard. It is so hard. 30 seconds is a long time. Kendra, we've been speaking for an hour. A lot of people can't even speak for 30 seconds on the camera. On the camera. That that, that is okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. However, but when you have some type of experience and expertise, you can teach it, right? So now it's like a business model after business model after business model after business model because the people come first. I was on a plane with this young lady named Elizabeth. She was like 60, but I call her a young lady.
Yeah.
So we having the whole flight. Well, not even the whole flight, maybe like an hour into it. Then we start talking. I've learned so much from her, because I'm very curious. Whenever I'm speaking to somebody, I'm asking questions. I'm seeing how they are, how they respond, and
Yeah.
they are. So we just had like a great conversation. But the number one thing that she said, she was like, people come first. She was like, a lot of times when people make money, a lot of money, they making for the wrong reason. They don't put the people first, which means that they're putting themselves first instead of the people. So I'm like, I'm learning this. I saw this. I understand this. So as she's speaking to me, I understand the lingo because I put the time in it back a couple months to figure out what I need to do and why I'm doing it this way. In order to figure out how can we be a service to people, we have to figure out who we are. And once we figure out who we are, we have to figure out our passion. Once we figure out our passion, how can we do this every day? Once we figure out how to do it every day, how can we create some type of business around it? Once we create some type of business around it, how can we expand it? Right? There's so many different ways to put your message out there when you put people first. And that's that, Kendra. Your talent was embedded in you throughout the game, but now it's enhanced on your podcast.
Listen, listen. I really wasn't even looking at myself like that. And on GTA 5, what happened was I said I was at another platform and they was having a 1 year anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we supposed to have like different lobbies. In each lobby, you could have 30 people, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? I exceeded it. I got 3 lobbies filled with 90 people.
Mm.
With 90 people. And
Mm.
it only and guess what? I'm the one like for real doing all the work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the one setting up the chats. Okay. If you want to be in lobby one, I was lobby one. Everybody couldn't be with me, but they was like lobby one, lobby one, lobby one. So I had to cut off 30 people. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I learned so much about myself and how, because it's all about systems. It's all about systems.
Organization. Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, I learned a lot about myself, you know what I'm saying? And just building and being able to bring people together. That's what I'm able to do. Connect people together, connect people, you know what I'm saying? And so that's my whole mission, is to connect people together, to let people know like, yo, you got greatness inside of you. And you know what's so fulfilling to me? Money doesn't equate success for me. But you know what equates success for me? When
Sound.
people are hitting me up
Yeah.
in my inbox and saying, Kendra, I remember when I was at my darkest moment and we was on the game and you told me that you are of greatness, you are this and you are that. You know what I'm saying? I am this, I am that. That's the thing that drives them now. You know, when I'm going through a dark moment now, I just repeat what you told me.
Yep.
That's what makes me, that just brings me so much joy. And sometimes I get over emotion, sometimes I cry, because that's what it's all about. I've reached that one person. When
Mm.
people hit me up and say, yo, you an inspiration, that's what makes me continue to go. That's how I know I'm on the right path.
Yep. Yep. I
So
agree. That path and really helping people really encourage you to keep going. Yeah, on TikTok, I guess on TikTok, or I can't remember the platform, where it's on different platforms. People come in, people say thank you, da 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 da. It was this guy. He reached out. He was like, "Man, I really need to hear this." I think I talked about something about fear or something. I don't know. It didn't even come out good. You know how you can talk and your tonality is like dropping, and then you bring it back up, and then like it's like da da da. So
yeah.
that's what I was doing. I was able to identify, but I still posted it. He was like, "Man, I really needed to hear that, just because that's something I've been dealing with." When we identify what's wrong with us, oh my God, that growth just really just compound. Because what I came to learn about social media, about the data, the analytics, about everything, is that it takes time to become known. If you're consistent with doing something every day, somebody gonna know you. But it takes time. It takes time with YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It takes time to build a big following, but however, you got to start at zero. You got to start with nobody know who you are. Because how consistent will you be when nobody's watching you, right?
Mm.
Because I'm telling you, it's hard. I've got plenty of messages saying thank you for what you're saying, thank you for what you're doing, thank you for just being the inspiration. I had my buddy I went to high school with. He asked me, he said, "Terrell, how you do it?" I said, "Bro, my drive and my passion too big. I can't quit." I said, "But what you need to start doing, you need to start focusing on yourself. Start learning about who you are and who you need to become. Because if you don't, you will not be able to accomplish this." I believe in other people, but other people don't believe in themselves. Which means, you know how you can give so much.
Mm.
It's like you're not receiving nothing. You feel me? I mean, it's not equal value of a change. The people that's coming to your life want to bring value just as much as you want to give it. So how do we, how are we commingling? Because you got value, I got value. Let's collaborate.
Exactly.
And that's the understanding that we have to establish as human beings, not just as a race, as human beings, that we have value to bring. You just got to know yourself, know what you can bring to the table, and start bringing it to the table.
You got to build your own table, and you
You
got to
got
have the right people around your table. You got to have the right people around your table that's really focused on the same end goal that you're focused on, bringing people together, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Teaching people, make allowing people to be who they are, allowing people to be vulnerable, allowing people to make mistakes.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And not being like just letting people be, you know what I'm saying? Because people get so afraid, you know what I'm saying? Just I don't know. Listen, just be who you are.
yeah, yeah.
Just be who you are. You will figure it out. So that's my end. And listen, man, I want to collaborate with you more. Listen, we could build our own, man. We
Mm-hmm.
could just continue to grow, grow, grow. That's how I look at it. Like, let's build a table. Let's just connect with people. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? We started by having this conversation today, and we've been talking for like an hour and 12 minutes, and it don't even feel like it.
Nope. Because when you attract the energy that you are, everything's just natural. And
Yes.
I would love to collaborate with you in any way and help you in any way. Because rather than a table, how about we just bring in a room, create a room, a environment.
Ooh, what say less then?
And like I'm all in it. I'm all in. Any way
Hey,
I can be of service, that's the way I want to help. And we can definitely grow together. We can definitely grow together.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
in my previous relationship, I've learned, instead of giving to someone that don't want to, give as much as I want to give, just find somebody that will. You know, it shouldn't be you expect. It's what it is. Like it's not a tick for tack. However, it's like
It's
equal
just
value.
natural. Like it's equal. Like you give, I give. You give,
Yeah,
I give. It's kind of like this. It's just like a flow. It's a flow in a flow in a flow. Cause I used to give, and I was just so depleted, and I was just giving, and I won't get nothing in return. I want things in return.
yeah. Look, I was at the airport and I met my guy Steve. I met him. I think I seen him on his phone or something like that. I turned around and asked him. I said, "Hey, bro, do you make content?" He said, "Yeah." I say, "Man." So me and him got to talking. Me and him got to
Mm.
talking. And so before we got on the plane, I was like, "Hey, Steve, you got something you want to say to the people?" He was like, "Learn from everybody, but learn how to decipher what you can intake." I'm like, "Oh, I had to post." I said, "Bro, I'm gonna post. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna tell you." So as we land in Little Rock, Arkansas, I was like, "Hey, man, you mind if I give you some?" He was like, "Yeah." So I gave him a wristband that was on my wrist, but he gave me his watch. It was on his wrist. He was like, "Man, I ain't got nothing, but man, this is my favorite watch. This is my favorite watch." And he gave it to me. And it made me feel good, simply because as I'm giving, it's okay to receive. Like,
But
oh,
look though, don't didn't it take you a minute to actually get to receiving though? Because you've been
of
giving so
course.
much. Because I'm a giver, so when people give me, I feel like, but I have to tell myself it's okay to take that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
kindred. It's okay. It's
yeah.
weird, but it's like okay, I can take this.
You know what I came to learn about? like accepting the um when people give you something. First off, it's a book called Go Giver. It's like 112 pages, real short book, but really good, really impactful. It explains the importance of giving while also accepting. So when people give you things, that's their gratification, that's their thank you to you, to say thank you for what you've done or whatever the case is. So I'm like, if I say no, it's kind of like telling them, forget you. You feel me? Like, subconsciously, they won't take it like that. However, people have feelings. They react in different ways. So I'm like, oh, that's what it means. When you're giving so much, not just to this individual, but as you're putting so much to the universe, when people give you something, and learn how to accept it. Because if you don't accept it, how are you supposed to say, like, show gratitude? Like, I don't know, like the universe got so many different ways, different understanding to work with and understand. Like, okay, I've done this maybe a couple months ago, but the fruits of the labor that I planted last month,
Mm.
like a couple months ago, are getting shown today. But
Yeah.
where did this come from? Like, I don't know. I think I'm diving like really, really
And I
deep.
love it. And I love it. And you making sense. Everything you saying is so true. Like everything that you saying is so true. And that's guess what? That's the wisdom inside of you.
Yeah.
You know
Thank
what I'm saying? That's the life experiences inside of you, and it's coming out.
you.
So you get it. It's a connection. You get it. So it's like you're gonna have so many aha moments.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, now I get it now. Okay. So that's why that happened. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what it is, man.
Now you start
We
to accept it.
facts. If anybody watching, because I see y'all watching, how y'all doing? If y'all got any questions to ask, go. Y'all can ask y'all questions. I hope y'all having an amazing day. But we just over here flowing. So if y'all got any questions to ask, any input to add, y'all know y'all can. Y'all know how we do. So if y'all got
Please,
anything to say,
please drop some questions. I know y'all got some questions. I know y'all got some questions.
for sure, man. If y'all got questions, y'all go ahead and ask. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about, man. You got any more questions you want to ask me? Because guess what? You can ask me another question.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I do. What are you proud of about yourself?
I'm proud that I chose myself.
Ooh.
So I wanted to be chosen from everybody else, right?
Yep.
So I want. Hey, what about me? Why you? Because I'm like the black sheep, right? So
Of
I'm like the
course.
person that always get picked last type energy, right? And it's
Hmm.
like, yo, Kendra, just choose yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the what I'm most proud of me choosing myself, me saying, hey, I pick you, Kendra.
Yeah.
You don't need nobody else to choose you, just choose yourself. So I'm proud of myself for choosing myself.
Yeah. There we go.
Yay!
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I'm proud of myself. I chose myself. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm most proud is about, man. What about you?
The thing that I'm proud of about myself is that I can identify my emotions and understand what type of value I have that I'm able to bring. Because I love helping people. I don't get me wrong, I love helping people. Being around successful people, being around people that have multi-millions, what are they doing? They're constantly giving back. But okay, of course, there's a strategic system behind the organization. However, that system and organization really enhances a person. I've came to learn with great power comes great responsibility.
Yes.
Got that for Spider Man. I got that for Spider Man. I didn't understand when I first saw it a couple years ago. I watched it probably a month ago, a couple weeks ago. And when he said it, when the three Spider-Mans came, it was like with great power comes great responsibility. It clicked on me. It really dawned on me. In the movies, people that have superpowers are considered superheroes because they deviate themselves from other people, which means they can help more people. In reality, in real life, power is money and money is success. Success is happiness. Happiness is the life that you create for yourself. So all these things go hand in hand with each other. But in order to accumulate this, you have to understand what power is. Power is something where you deviate from the norm and doing what you're
Mm-hmm.
going to do, and now you're teaching it. How do you remain yourself? How do you remain yourself? Because it's been a couple of times I lost myself, but I was able to identify why I'm losing myself.
Mm.
Now it's like, oh, so with this power, I'm learning so much, I'm doing so much, I'm saying so much, I'm seeing, like, I'm being in rooms with like a whole bunch of people. But what is this doing to me? Of course, it's boosting my confidence, but it's really showing me the amount of value that I have for myself. So, which
Mm.
means the value equates to power. So, how can I have this power in transition to other people? How can I help them build their confidence? How can I show them that whatever you want to do, you can do it? But just believe, just trust. It's going to take time. It's going to take resources. It's going to take money.
Facts.
We can't be so afraid to spend money in order to change our lives.
Facts.
We can't be
And
so frugal to hold on to it. Honest, don't get me wrong. I understand. Life is hard. But if you really want something, you're gonna figure out a way to do it. You'll learn from somebody that's successful in order to keep implementing. So the thing I'm proud of is being able to identify the type of power that I have and not abuse the power.
I gotta clap you. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's clap it up. That's what it's all about. You gotta clap it up, bro.
We
Let's
gotta
clap
clap
it
it up.
up.
We gotta clap it
Yeah,
up.
let's go, baby. That's the energy right there. I'm proud of you, man. I'm
I'm proud
proud
of
of
you,
you,
man.
man. I'm
I'm proud
proud of
of
you
you as
for real,
well.
for real. But look though, when you think about like different actors like Robin Williams, right? Robin Williams, he
Mhm.
was a great actor. He
Mhm.
had all the success in the world. He had all the money in the world, but he wasn't really happy with himself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like money doesn't equate happiness.
Yep.
You got to already have happiness inside of you. And when you have happiness inside of you, yo, you look at money different. You look at money like a tool. You know what I'm saying? Because people, when people commit suicide, that's successful. Man, he had all that money in the world. He had all that money, but that's not like that's not what it's about. It really isn't that, because that's what people so fixated on. Man, he had money. Why he killed himself?
Yep.
Because it was something going on internally that he
Mhm.
never figured out. So that's what happened. You know what I mean? Like for real, for real. So once I become the millionaire that I'm going to become, I'm going to be happy with myself.
Mhm.
I'm going to already be happy with me. The money is just going to be a tool. You know what I'm saying? The money is just going to be a tool, and I'm going to use it. You feel what I'm saying?
Of course.
Happiness is already going to be me. You feel
Yep.
me? So
Mhm.
that's how I look at it, and that's the energy that I'm putting out to the universe. Like I'm already happy within. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Money's going to chase me. I'm not going to chase money.
Of course. Of course. There's an understanding to what society see versus what we as entrepreneurs and people deal with, right? Yes, they might have a lot of money, but what are they dealing with behind the scenes? They might not have
Yeah,
people that love them, or they might have people that then turn their back on them and use them so much. There's multiple reasons why people commit suicide. I'm not saying it's good. No, I'm not saying that.
I
But
understand what you're saying.
yeah, you really gotta dive deep to understand. Like, people have problems. Money is just a tool. My end goal, my longevity goal, is to be a billionaire. Is to help
Let's
a billion
go.
people, to help a billion people along the way.
Yes.
So the status is just a status. I don't care about it, but I understand society cares about it.
Mm-hmm.
How can I
Mm-hmm.
get in front of more people? Equate this, not equate, accumulate the status.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have the status. I'm gonna have the amount of properties. I'm gonna have the amount of success, the amount of followers. Everything that society make important is what I'm going to have. Because I can't get in front of people if I'm just so content and just behind the scene. Behind the scene is pretty good. Just depends on what you want to do. But I know I want to touch so many people, so I need to be out there because attention follows.
Fast, and I
It's
I
consistent.
totally agree. I totally agree with that. Because suicide is happening a lot with our kids. So
Yeah.
it's like with my platform, I want to start having like classes for like bully prevention for
Yeah.
like children that's in the school system. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
in a way to have other people that can speak to the kids to know what to do in the moment that they're feeling like they're being bullied, and have implement different things to help them out, and have their parents to be there as well. That's what I want to do, because it's so much going on. Let me be the change to help somebody else not commit suicide.
Yeah. Yep.
10-year-olds are committing suicide. 9-year-olds are committing suicide. It's 8-year-olds committing suicide. Like, it is so serious. Like, if I have my platform, I want to be service to everybody. Of course, I want to be service to the children too. So why not us? Why not help the people? Why not help the kids?
Yeah.
They are killing themselves like
It's
little
a lack
kids.
of love. Yeah. It's a lack of love, lack of understanding, lack of, presenting people as people. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand everybody's busy. Okay, cool. But if you
Yeah,
can take a second out your day to tell somebody have a great day, they probably just made their day a little bit better.
yeah. But
It's just the lack of love that we not really spreading. We have to spread more love in order to help more people. That's just my intake on it.
that's what it is, man.
Yeah, of
Listen, like I said, I appreciate you coming to the platform. I enjoy conversing with you. You got to come back, man. You
course.
need to come up here every week if you got time, man, because it was a whole vibe just conversing with you and just having good energy. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy, like make you smile, make you happy. Like, yo, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's energizing. Like,
It's
that's a
contagious.
whole, yeah, it's contagious, man. Like, before we go, what advice would you give someone that doesn't believe in themselves? Like, what advice would you give that individual?
Identify why you don't believe in yourself. You know, it's going to be hard, but get rid of the negative connotations that you have for yourself, negative aspects of life, negative things that you're telling yourself. Why do you not believe in yourself? That's the question that you should be asking. If you're able to answer this truthfully, you'll be able to grow into a new version of yourself, because it start right here identifying why you don't believe in yourself. But once you start to believe in yourself and start to see what you can become, then now it become more believable and achievable. You just gotta get
Mm,
exposed to it. Who are you watching? If you're not watching the right people, change who you're watching. If you're not learning from the right people, change who you're learning from. Just put it on you to change your life rather than putting it on anybody else.
facts. All right, now let the people know how they can get in contact with you. I'm gonna put it in my in the comment section. So let the people know how they can get in contact with you if they want to follow you and everything.
Okay, for sure. On all platforms, it's Terrell Humphrey, Terryl, and then Humphrey Humprey. I can't remember on how on whichever platform I got an underscore behind it. But if you're not able to find me from Terrell Humphrey, just put an underscore underneath it. I should be able to pop up. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, fan base. If you got fan base, I'm trying to get on everything because there's a lot of people everywhere.
Oh, I never heard of fan base. What's that?
It's a monetization platform. However, you build your platform up, but
Okay.
it's ran by some. I gotta see the podcast. I can't remember his name, but it's ran by some black technology
Mm-hmm.
engineer, or I can't even describe it. Yeah, I don't know.
I,
I haven't really been posting on there, but I do have it.
okay, okay. I see more people came in. If y'all want to follow Terrell, on all his platforms, I put it in the comment section. So, like I said, y'all already know the vibes. I hope all y'all continue having a great day. I love all y'all. Positive vibes and positive energy. Choose yourself and just keep moving forward. So thank you again. And y'all already know I gotta play my outro. I gotta play my outro. So thank you again for coming to the platform.
Before
Go
you
ahead.
play, thank you, Kendra, for having me here. I really enjoyed myself. I really learned a lot, and I really just enjoy connecting with like-minded people.
For
So
sure,
thank you
man.
again.
Hey, this is just the beginning, man. Hey,
Of
you gonna see more of us. Hey,
course.
you gonna see more of us. That's the energy, man. It ain't gonna be no one time thing, man. It'll be more, man. So
Of course.
y'all already know the vibes. Y'all know I gotta play that outro. So here it go.
You can be what you wanna be. See what you wanna see. Go where you wanna go. Oh. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not us with kids? Why Not Us podcast with Ken J.